Good evening, and welcome to this FSU edition, or say Friday FSU edition of the weather here in Tallahassee. I am student meteorologist Aaron Saray. A beautiful look right now at Doak Campbell Stadium with those clouds right now coming in from the west with those purples and looks like some blues in the background, of course, with our sunset here in a bit. Our current local temperatures right now are in the 60s across the entire Big Bend of Florida right now, but certainly if you want to walk outside, it would be a really great time to do so. Our muggy meter does show those browns up along the I-10 corridor, but as you work your way farther south towards Miami, you will see those darker greens, especially near Miami, where you could see dew points really high, actually, so feeling more muggy. Right now, or tonight in Tallahassee, it'll be 45 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with a calm wind. And tonight's headlines: winter wildfire in Southern California, highs in the upper 70s next week, and rain set to return next Friday. All that and more on FSU weather.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Friday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Evan O'Regan.
And I'm student meteorologist Robert Zout. We've got a packed show today with a lot of things going on here locally and in Southern California, where we have the Super Bowl coming right up.
That's right. We do have a lot to talk about, especially in that Los Angeles area. We do have wildfires going on in Southern California right now, wreaking havoc, and it's not even wildfire season yet.
Right, exactly. It's winter. It's not even close to that, and we're seeing record high temperatures in areas like Oxnard and Burbank Airport that are seeing temperatures that they've never seen before, and monthly and even year-long record highs in the city of Los Angeles.
That's right. Those high temperatures are a good 20 to 25 degrees above our average high, which is around 68 degrees in the Los Angeles area for this time of the year.
Right, an excessive heat watch was posted just previously because of that, making sure that everyone who is local and coming to the area because of the Super Bowl is apprised of that threat, making sure you stay hydrated that whole time, and just realizing that those temperatures are going to be quite hot for that area during this time of the year. But we've got a lot in store and a lot coming up for this area.
That's right, and luckily we won't have those temperatures in Tallahassee, but to give us a closer look at Tallahassee is Luke Nasworthy, his first show on FSU Weather.
Hey y'all, I'm excited for a juicy first show here. So here with our temperature almanac, we have our averages here are 67 and 43. From what I felt, it kind of felt like that as well. And then obviously, hopefully we're not at the 82 or the 17 that are the records. Now looking at a live look at Doak, we are closing on a sunset here. It's a lot of clouds, so we can't quite see it, but you can still see some of those pinks and those blues that Aaron talked about earlier, and then also we just have a very light wind of south at 7 miles an hour. Now looking at our current radar, again, it's a very clear day. The only clouds, the only thing we're experiencing is some cloud. To our northwest, we have a little bit of rain coming in here, and then also that's just a band coming in just to our northwest. That shouldn't affect the general Tallahassee area. Now looking at our current local temperatures, it is currently a mild 64 degrees here in Tallahassee. Monticello also experiencing 64. Now looking up in southern Georgia, 63 for Donaldsonville, 60 for Thomasville, and 62 for Valdosta. It's going to continue to drop as we get into tonight. Now looking at our wind speeds, so we saw the winds were 7 miles an hour for Tallahassee. Now it's going to be 12 miles an hour to the north for Donaldsonville. And again, it's not going to be too windy, but just a slight breeze for everyone around here in the Big Bend area and southern Georgia. Now looking at the dew points, again, it's a very dry day here, so we got a dew point of 36 in Monticello. It's kind of about a 30-point difference from temperature, so it's a pretty dry and very comfortable day. Crawfordville got 40, and then Donaldsonville up here, it's going to be 35. Now looking at the future radar, again, it's just going to be more of that kind of cloud cover coming over the general Big Bend area. And then going into Saturday, we might actually see just maybe a pop-up or two of storms that you can see here on the radar, but mostly it's going to be cloud cover and dry days, except for maybe a little bit on Saturday. Now looking at tonight, again, like I said, it's going to drop into our 40s here, so 47 for Tallahassee, 50 for Carabella, 49 for St. Mark's, and 46 for Monticello, so you're going to need probably a jacket or two for tonight. Again, tonight in Tallahassee, 45 degrees if you're going out for our Friday nights, and the winds are going to calm down to where you won't experience much of a wind chill, and again, mostly cloudy, so you won't quite see those stars. Now, if you're looking to go to the beach this weekend, it looks like a beautiful day, 66 in the air and 57 in the water. It's going to be north of 5 miles an hour. And the week ahead here, it's going to be 71 and then 60 for your Super Bowl Sunday. Pass it off to Robert.
Right. Thank you, Luke. Like you said, we have Super Bowl Sunday coming up, and we're going to do a national look for all of you, no matter where you're coming across the nation, going to Los Angeles. And right now, we're looking for potential travel delays for all of you up in the north part of the nation around this low pressure system. We have some snow falling with some rain also mixing in for you, those of you in Buffalo, Toronto. Make sure you are keeping apprised of that forecast. For the rest of us, though, pretty clear skies, maybe some isolated rain and showers across the plains associated with these two cold fronts here. High pressure dominating the southeast across Atlanta and Tallahassee, so not really in the way of major weather for us there. And same for the west. Also seeing another high pressure system looking for all of you in the west, keeping really rain out of that. And that's why we're looking for Los Angeles to see that heat risk there. We have that heat watch in effect, and those of you in Los Angeles are seeing higher than normal temperatures in part because of this high pressure system. Satellite and radar, the major two systems that we're watching, this system out here for the west, the upper Rockies, seeing some of that snow coming into the area, changing a bit to rain as you get towards the Denver metropolitan area. And this cold front that's really bringing in this rain and snow as you get into towards Quebec, towards Toronto and Chicago. All of you are seeing some rain or snow, some of that precip. Nothing major in the way of severe weather, but that snow can be heavy at times, particularly for those of you in Nebraska. We saw a snow squall warning issued earlier today. So make sure if you are anywhere in this area, you are continuing to watch this forecast, because these snow showers aren't really as part of a big associated system, but as we continue to watch these, they are dumping snow totals wherever they are going to be impacting. So those of you in Rapid City, those of you in Billings, Denver even getting a little bit into it. So make sure you're continuing to watch that forecast and make sure you are watching for any major snowfall. As we look towards Toronto and Quebec, seeing some of that rain changing over to snow for some of you guys, and as we look towards the inner parts of Ontario, maybe changing a little bit back to rain depending on where you're at, maybe some heavy snow as you get towards Ottawa, however, and as you go back in towards the United States here, Cincinnati, those of you in Columbus and the rest of Ohio there, and as we go back towards St. Louis, seeing some of that rain. And back towards home, Tallahassee, you might see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms coming into our area, but nothing majorly severe with that. Miami, have a little bit of rain for all of you as well. And for the rest of the southeast, seeing just generally clear conditions for all of us there. Big picture, seeing a big temperature contrast. 14 in Minneapolis, 75 in my home of Dallas-Fort Worth, and seeing generally 60s and 40s across the west here, with a bit of a warm spot in Los Angeles at 75. And basically the same story here across the east. 38 in Detroit, 64 in Tallahassee, and 40s in Boston. Lows compared to average, we're seeing a significantly cooler lows within the rest of the plains. That is in part because these two cold fronts coming in. Warmer prevailing conditions across the coast, so that's something to keep in mind over the next few days. But something very nice for us, these dew points are a lot drier across most of the nation than we generally see, particularly across the southeast. 40s and 30s, very nice for this time of year. I'm sure as we get closer towards the north, seeing that 3 in Minneapolis, you're a little bit more used to that, expecting those drier temperatures, but again, very nice for all of us across the nation. Water vapor, seeing clouds and generally moisture going for us here in the nation. Most of that water is again found near these the cold fronts, these frontal systems, bringing in that water vapor there for us. So something to keep in mind that most of these areas in the south and east across Atlanta and Tallahassee, you're seeing drier prevailing conditions. Drought Monitor, seeing this, really not a lot of showers and thunderstorms near towards the area where we see the drier conditions, but we're going to have to keep in mind that most of that wetter conditions is up towards here, so we're not really seeing much in the way of that relief. Finally, for tomorrow's highs, seeing 7 in Minneapolis, 22 in Chicago, and 69 here in Tallahassee. So again, pretty cold conditions as we get up north, but cooler, warmer conditions as we get towards the south. So I'm passing things off to Aaron.
Thanks, Robert. And certainly a much different case. We have more warmer temperatures this weekend, especially over the past month or so. We've had a lot of cold air, especially across the area. But across the southeast right now, beautiful sunset right now in Blacksburg, Virginia, currently sitting at 60 degrees. And over towards Gainesville, it is a really beautiful and with pink in the sky and blue at 73 right now. Very, very nice. Not a lot of rain up in the atmosphere right now across the area. Might see a few more clouds over towards Bowling Green at 66 degrees. Our satellite radar does show that juicy rain up across the Ohio River Valley, with some rain up places like Cincinnati, St. Louis, but nowhere really too much along the southeast coast, except for along the panhandle coast of Florida. So places like Panama City over to Destin and over to Apalachicola might see a few showers coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. This might impact us here perhaps a little bit later on, about an hour or so. Our satellite radar does a closer look at the western Gulf of Mexico, does show those showers over towards the Brownsville near the Mexican border. Those also are streaming in to the northeast, bringing in possibly some showers, maybe to places like New Orleans, maybe later tomorrow. And those showers again are up along the Ohio River Valley, with places like Kentucky, Cincinnati, over towards St. Louis, and down towards Arkansas. Does see at least a chance for a few showers, especially getting back into Tennessee and Kentucky. Our year rainfall forecast does show that rain pretty much staying around the southeast. Might see a few showers down towards the peninsula of Florida, especially near Miami, where you might see about an inch and a half or so on at least in your rain gauge. The Storm Prediction Center outlook does show possibly some non-severe storms around the Houston area. Houston up to about Dallas, and then maybe over towards San Antonio. Might see a rumble of thunder or two, but again, not organized at all. Cold fronts right here across really South Carolina all the way down towards about New Orleans, with temperatures in the 40s and 50s behind that, and then in the 60s and 70s, even touching 82 degrees down in Miami. So if you like the warm temperatures, go down to southern Florida, because it is definitely toasty down there right now. Our dew points do show that drier air just off to the north along the I-10 corridor and points north of there. About I-4 corridor south, we do see those temperatures in the 50s and 60s, which means it's a little bit more muggy up in the atmosphere, so what you might feel across there. Our water vapor does show that those clouds in the upper levels, especially places like Tallahassee and Miami, which also is contributing with those, or muggier conditions, I should say, across there. Our future radar does show those showers possibly making its way towards the Big Bend of Florida, but as we get into tomorrow, it's going to be very similar to today, with temperatures in the 60s and 70s, but 40s up to the northwest. How about that, Evan?
I mean, that seems pretty nice to me, even though with that cold front coming in, the state of Florida will experience that a little bit later on in the weekend, has been towards the beginning of next week. Right now in Panama City, there's a little bit of color on that sunset just at the bottom of the screen there, but generally cloudy there. There are a few showers around as well, so if you're out and about there, maybe you want to have an umbrella on you just in case you encounter one of those sprinkles, but nothing major. So you can see on the radar here, just some light sprinkles, nothing really juicy on the radar here to speak of right now. And there are a little bit heavier showers down in Miami right now. Maybe, again, want to have your umbrella there just in case you encounter one of those scattered showers. Across Tallahassee, like Aaron was saying, some of those showers may make their way towards Tallahassee by the time we get to the evening hours, say around 9, 10 o'clock tonight. So if you're planning on going out tonight, it might be a good idea to just, again, have an umbrella on you. Now I sound like a broken record, but still might not be a bad idea to have that with you just in case. Same story in South Florida around the Keys. We have some heavier showers just off the coast here. Again, the scattered showers just south of Miami as well. So if you're planning on going out tonight, again, a good idea to have some rain protection on you just in case you run into some of those tonight. Generally around the panhandle of Florida, temperatures are nice for this time of the year. 70 right now in Tallahassee, mid-70s as we work our way towards the center of the state. And down in South Florida, we're touching the 80-degree mark in Fort Myers as well as Miami, even though there is some cloud cover there right now. As for humidity, it's generally very dry, especially for the northern part of our state, places like Pensacola. We have that smiley face in our muggy meter. Same thing for Gainesville and Orlando. A little bit more humid as we head down towards the south. That's natural, though. Even though we are in winter, South Florida will still have that kind of surprise face on our muggy meter there with that humid category there. As with the future radar, some clouds may dominate the northern part of our state tonight, and they'll work their way south during the day tomorrow. And for Super Bowl Sunday, we might see a good swath of rain for the center part of the state, particularly for places like Tampa and Orlando might experience some rain showers there. So if you have an outdoor Super Bowl party planned, you might want to bring that indoors for Sunday. As for tonight in Florida, generally widespread 60s for the central portion of our state, upper 60s for the south, and we do have a chance of rain showers for much of the state tonight and into the 40s and some, for Tallahassee tonight. And as we go city by city here, Miami has a high of 82 tomorrow, so make sure you get outside for that, to enjoy that weather. And cooling off as we go towards Super Bowl Sunday and the beginning of the week. Next week, similar story in Tampa. A little bit cooler, though. We have 64 by the time we get to Monday. Same thing for Orlando, 63 by the time we get to Monday. And also for Jacksonville, only 59 by the time we get to Monday. So a little bit chillier there, but plenty of sunshine, no threat of real rain. Now over to the desk with Robert and Aaron.
Right, exactly. We have a situation going on here where we have wetter conditions in parts of South Florida, but that juiciness isn't exactly translated towards South California, where they're seeing a significant amount of wildfires and heat right now.
That's right, and again, the Super Bowl is this weekend, so do make sure to drink plenty of fluids if you are partying outside. And maybe, like Evan was saying earlier, you might want to bring it indoors as well if you do plan on, of course, celebrating the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to want to make sure you are refueling, maybe getting some juices into your body, making sure that you are continuing to watch these temperatures, because right now it is pretty hot out west. And this drought monitor, really you can extrapolate these conditions here because it is so dry out west. That's in part because of the heat. And if we go to some of the temperature records, Santa Maria, Oxnard, and Burbank airports all set high temperature records just because of the prevailing nature of this high pressure, which is not only causing heat, but as you can see on this graphic here, drier conditions than normal.
Certainly, that's very hot for my taste, but of course, we also do have to watch out for the threat of fires again with that Santa Ana wind coming out from the San Bernardino Valley, which could really spark, and if really any fires that may be started could quickly get out of control, so do watch out for that.
Right, exactly. We have this situation, the Santa Ana winds making it hotter and this prevailing high pressure, so make sure you are continuing to watch forecasts if you are anywhere in Southern California. But now we are going to continue to pass things off back towards a little bit of cooler weather with Evan and winter weather.
That's right. We do have a little bit of a change here with that winter weather coming in for the northern part of our country during the day tomorrow, and around the Great Lakes, really, like I said, those winter weather will be in full swing. We have plenty of winter weather advisories and warnings around the Great Lakes right now, as well as wind chill advisories and gale warnings, so those winds will be whipping as well. And the wind will also some freezing spray, if I can talk correctly, some freezing spray around the Great Lakes as well. Looking at our satellite and radar, again, you might be saying, well, this doesn't look that impressive. It's not like those big juicy nor'easters that we usually see on the East Coast, but they're still going to bring a good amount of snowfall, particularly along the northern part of our country here. Places like Wisconsin, also into Michigan, will see a good amount of snowfall coming from this system here. And we do have those, like I said, those winter weather advisories for places like Denver and Point South in Colorado, also places just to the west of Rapid City in Wyoming and Montana, also on the border of North Dakota and Minnesota as we speak right now with that snowfall. And here's one of those snowfall prediction maps. The GFS is showing a wide swath of about an inch or so from places like Ohio over to Pennsylvania, upstate New York, with some isolated spots of 6 to 12 inches with some of those lake effect snowstorms that we see this time of the year. So make sure you have your snow boots and snow shovels at the ready in places like that. And right now, you can see those the snow working its way towards the Great Lakes here in upstate New York. We don't have any warnings right there right now, but we will have to watch that snowfall as well. And here's the GFS for places further west. There's that big swath of 12 to 18 inches that may come into that area, so we'll have to watch that. So make sure you guys are prepared and have your snow gear at the ready for places in the extreme northern United States. Now I'll pass things over to Aaron.
And as we take a quicker look, of course, across nationally, we do have that cold front that will come down off to the south. And of course, we'll have those cold fronts coming into our area as well. That might bring some cooler temperatures in our area, but again, pretty light in terms of what's to come. But really, as we go through, of course, our track and field tonight, we will be in the 40s. So of course, if you are going to watch in Boston looks like tonight, you'll be in the low 40s. So might need a jacket tonight over there. And for baseball on Saturday, on Fan Day at 11 a.m., we will start off in the low 60s, but then we'll gradually warm up into the upper 60s across Tallahassee. Our softball on Saturday, we'll see those temperatures again starting off in the mid 60s, might go up near 70 once more, with those temperatures up to about 68 degrees. In our men's basketball on Saturday, if you are cheering on the Noles here, it'll be in the upper 60s. Again, may touch 70 as well, but sunny. So make sure you go out there and enjoy it. But of course, basketball is indoors. So, women's basketball on Sunday is going to be at noon. Again, Miami versus FSU at 12 p.m. So we'll see those temperatures pretty much in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Looks like this is being played up in Miami with those rain and higher temperatures, of course, so you might need to bring those umbrellas with you, keep them handy as well. Our men's golf in Mobile, Alabama, the beautiful state of Alabama, you can see temperatures will be starting off in the mid-30s, but then they'll gradually warm up into the mid to upper 50s, I should say, but under a lot of sunshine. So again, make sure to bring those jackets, especially in the morning. We could see some cooler temperatures over there in Mobile. Men's swimming and diving, we'll see temperatures primarily in the 50s and 60s. So if you're heading out to the ACC Championships at 3 p.m. on Tuesday, that's what we will see there. But for the big game on Sunday with the Bengals and the Rams bursting off in Los Angeles, of course, as we were talking about previously with that fire weather and the hot temperatures, it might be one of the record-breaking hottest Super Bowls in history. So, of course, Rams 15-5 this season, and then 13-7, and then, of course, the odds are not in the Rams' favor. And in Inglewood, California, again, where the Super Bowl will be played, we'll see those temperatures primarily in the 80s. But on Super Bowl Sunday, it will be in the 70s and 60s across the LA area.
Thank you, Aaron, for that look at our Super Bowl weekend. Again, here with the local weather. So our averages are about 67 and 43, which is about the kind of dryness level we've been experiencing the past couple of days. Now, again, another live look at Doak. We have a beautiful sunset kind of finishing off almost. Again, you can't really see it due to a lot of these clouds, and then a wind out of the south at 7 miles an hour. But again, you can, as you saw, there's some purples and pinks if you were able to see that earlier. And again, looking at current radar, so there might be some pop-up showers here to our north-northwest. So again, like Evan stated earlier, if you're going to be out tonight, you may need an umbrella tonight. And then, but for the most part, it's going to be clear and dry. Now, again, our current local temps, again, it's going to be 64 here in Tallahassee. If you're more down towards the coast, it's going to be 61 here in Crawfordville and 61 in St. Marks. And then for our southern Georgia friends, it's going to be 60 in Thomasville and 62 in Valdosta. Now, looking at our muggy meter again, so it's going to be a pretty dry up here. But again, as we get closer down the coast here towards Miami, Key West, it might be a little bit muggy, but up here it is dry and comfortable. Now looking at tonight, again, it's going to drop down to our high 40s, so 47 for Tallahassee, 49 for St. Marks, and then 46 in Monticello. So if you're looking to go out and have a good night tonight, you may need to layer up just a little bit. Now again, it's looking like a juicy weekend here if you're going to the beach in Panama City. The air temperature is going to be 66 degrees. The water temperature here is going to be 57. A very light breeze, north 5 miles an hour, and the UV index is only 3, and the surf's only be 1 foot. So it's going to be a beautiful day if you're looking to go out into Panama City Beach this weekend. Now again, looking tonight in Tally, with those dry conditions, our temperature is going to drop pretty significantly down to 45 degrees. It's going to be just a little bit cloudy as you saw earlier, but the winds are going to be completely calm, so there's going to be no wind chill. You're just going to be experiencing some nice, dry 45-degree weather. And again, looking at our future radar here, just a lot of cloud cover moving over the Tallahassee and Big Bend area. We may see some pop-up showers again either tonight or tomorrow night and Sunday as well. So again, if you're going to be going out this weekend, be prepared and bring an umbrella. And looking at the week ahead, so if you're looking to plan an outdoor Super Bowl party, it's going to be 60 degrees for you, and we're going to experience 60s midweek, and then up into next week, it's going to be going into the 70s. Now I'll pass it off to Robert with a look.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. Luke, that was a very juicy forecast. Now we're going to go into our weekend and see exactly what we're looking at here. But first, we're seeing quite a bit of rain coming into the area. You could say it's because the atmosphere is quite so juicy right now. We have these dew points advecting towards the north, and it's giving us some of that rain coming into the area. So make sure you're continuing to watch out for that right now. But tonight in College Town, 40 and mostly cloudy, wind is calm, and we have those dew points that are going to be in more like our 20s there, so not exactly, I would say, juiciest conditions, but definitely on the juicier side because we do have still a relative humidity that is pretty high. And it doesn't actually matter how high that dew point is, it just matters how high it is relative to the current temperature to determine the juiciness of the atmosphere. Right now we're looking for our stargazing forecast. It's going to be fair outside tonight. It's 76% full, waxing gibbous, and the reason it's fair is because we have some of these clouds outside because of how juicy the atmosphere is. Good conditions are not exactly going to be great because, like I said, clouds going to be covering, but if you do want to make sure you're able to see it, drive a little bit further east where we have those drier conditions prevailing and you can get a good shot at some of those stars and potentially even the moon. Airport delays, we're going to have some maybe across the nation with some of those snow in the north with Toronto and around the Ontario area, maybe into Ohio. But Tallahassee here, sunny and delays are unlikely. And we can see that nice green airplane here showing that it is really nice today here in Tallahassee. So if you are planning to fly out to the Super Bowl and consume that very dry and not juicy atmosphere, make sure you're taking advantage of that. Tallahassee all the way down to Orlando, seeing generally not a lot of weather for us, but looking at Denver, if you are flying to Denver, make sure you're checking those airlines, checking Denver International Airport, because we are seeing some snow into the area as we're getting into Orlando. Monster Truck, man, this is our favorite time of year. Monster Truck Nitro Tour, 68% partly sunny, winds from the north at 5 miles per hour. And finally, as to your weekend planner, 70s, 60s, and 50s. It's going to be a great weekend for us. Make sure you consume all the juices that you want as we go into Super Bowl Sunday. So finally, we're going to pass things off to Aaron.
That is certainly very indeed a juicy forecast there, Robert. And across the country, again, we have that rain across much of the Ohio River Valley. But as Robert mentioned multiple times, in case you haven't heard, it is definitely a very juicy atmosphere near Tallahassee as well, and Panama City Beach with some of those showers coming in. Along the west coast, it is dry right now. And looking closer at our watches and warnings, we do see those watches and warnings across really surrounding the plains with some of those winter storm watches and warnings across places like Tennessee, up into like Colorado, and up there in that direction. Our lows compared to average are red across California and Nevada, with the really droughts continuing in the course into Super Bowl weekend. It is not coming up to at least a very juicy weekend, as Robert multiple times mentioned. Our Super Bowl Sunday forecast, again, in Los Angeles with the Rams against the Bengals. We'll see the temperatures around 70 degrees by about 6 p.m. Of course, these will drop into the mid-60s, I should say. So it will be comfortable as you get down into that temperature. But of course, you might need to bring a light jacket as well to the big game and make sure you do stay hydrated as well. And again, on Super Bowl Sunday, we'll see the Bengals against the Rams. So that will be a very interesting game on Sunday there. Our current local temperatures right now are in the 60s across the Big Bend, with temperatures really not going to move too much. Definitely cool, warmer than what we've seen in most nights. And again, our weekend planner does show that really great forecast for this weekend.
That's right. It really is going to be kind of a juicy weekend here in Tallahassee. We have the Super Bowl coming up. Looks like nice weather to have a nice outdoor party. Maybe a little bit chillier on Sunday, but still good, maybe bonfire weather. That'd be kind of nice this time of year.
Perfect. Bonfire, have the TV set up outside. I feel like that's a perfect night to watch the Super Bowl. Who do you got?
I've got the Bengals. I think the Bengals I think they're sleepers in this. I think the Rams are, they're favored right now, the Rams, but I think the Bengals and Joe Burrow can pull off this upset.
You can't go against Joe Burrow.
You can't. He's just too juicy, I think. Yeah. So I think he's gonna knock the lights out of this Rams defense. Yep. So we'll have to see. But we do have those wildfires right now, so make sure you guys are careful out there. But make sure you follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSUweather.
You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/FSUweather, or as you're probably watching right now on YouTube, it's youtube.com/FSUweather, where we stream Monday through Friday.
That's right. Make sure you guys also follow us on Instagram at FSUweather. You guys can send us those nice pictures that you always have, maybe a pretty sunset, or if your dog that you like featured in our dog walk forecast, we always like to see those. But that's all the time we have on this Friday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Evan O'Regan.
And I'm student meteorologist Luke Nazareth. Thanks so much, and you have a good night.
That's right. Have a juicy weekend.